Hello and welcome to the Simple Talk. I am your host, Poppy Gloria. I am sitting here today with one of the biggest names in the theme park industry. Her name is taking headlines by storm this week as the visionary behind the largest and most ambitious land in all of Walt Disney World. We are talking Marvel vs. Star Wars, Battle of the IPs, opening this week at Disney's Epcot. I am, of course, talking about the president of Walt Disney World, Bailey Payne. Bailey, how are you doing this evening? Thank you so much, Poppy. I'm very happy to be here. I mean, you've been in this position for about 3 years now. What is it like to be in charge of the largest Disney property? I mean, your name is everywhere. What is your responsibilities as president? Well, as president and chief operating officer, you're mostly the face of the company. As well as backing the Imagineers, you're in charge of Walt Disney World, but a lot of your job deals with corporate as well. Oh, wow. So it's way more than just Florida. Exactly. Now, technically, you are under the hospitality industry. Why do you think theme parks and tourism are so important? Let me tell you, everyone needs a break. If you do not have time to yourself, I do not know how you control your life. It's a stressful thing, and everybody needs a vacation. Growing up in a theme park household, seeing people travel to Florida just to spend one day at Disney to distract themselves from the pressures of life, it's satisfying, if that makes sense. So you've been around theme parks your entire life? Well, my parents met at Disney. It's super cute. My dad worked at the confectionery on Main Street, and my mom worked next door at the Chapeau. So growing up in Florida, it's almost required to have theme parks in your life. And another thing was working at Universal. I loved making people's day. Like, it is legitimately the best feeling in the world to see people so happy, and that's why I love what I do. Incredible. What do you think you brought to the table more than others? Well, I'm driven. It took me a while to get my degree and the desired position, but I'm the most driven person I know. Now, I'm sure there are many of you out there who would love to be in charge of a ginormous theme park and design everything yourselves. Do you have any advice or words of wisdom for those who would like to follow in your footsteps? I do. Something that I learned very early in my college days from one of my first classes at Valencia Community College was a course that they had called New Student Experience. Now, at first, I thought this was going to be the most useless required class I would ever take, but I learned a lot from it, a lot more than I thought. Anyways, one of the assignments was to interview someone in your field and write a paper about what you took away from the advice given to you. At that time, my father was the financial controller over the hotels at Legoland, Florida, and I interviewed his boss, Kevin Carr. Hey, thanks for all of the advice. I really appreciate it. Who is the hotel director and the director of front gate and attendance for Legoland, Florida. Now, what I got from the interview is this. Luck and timing were his key to his success. Now, personally, I would like to add school to that. Luck, timing, and school. Because I would have not been prepared whatsoever if I did not have my college education. Now, speaking of school, what was your path? Well, I wasn't able to finish high school when I was supposed to because I had medical issues, but I did get my GED in late 2016. And once I got that, that's when I got the ball slowly rolling because at that point, there had been about 5 years from when I took my high school classes to when I got my GED. And I was already having some different medical issues as well. So I had only taken about one class a semester at Valencia Community College around 2017 until I got to the summer of 2019 where I started taking 2 to 3 classes. And at that point, I had transferred to University of Central Florida Rosen campus in late 2021. And from there, I got my bachelor's in hospitality management, which helped me a lot to get the internship to get me where I am now. How did you balance it all? It was hard, I'm not gonna lie. Thankfully, I had a very, very supportive father who helped me keep on track, along with friends and coworkers who could tell that my passion in theme parks was ever growing. Universal Orlando was also very important in my academic career, both mentally and financially. Financially? Yes, actually, most of my college classes and books were almost fully covered by a program just because I was a full-time team member. It was about 90% of the tuition and books, or about a $300 gift card per class if you had a passing grade. You mean they reimbursed you? Yes, it was a fantastic program, and I couldn't be any more thankful to them for this. Now, if there is any Orlando kids looking to go to college but not sure if they can afford it, Universal Orlando has a team member's best interest in mind. And even though I completed the FAFSA every year, that was actually the best financial plan for me. That's interesting. Did you have any other help during your college years? Absolutely. Valencia had great resources available to help all their students. I especially used their advisor center and online chats many times during the year. What was incredible was that I had this class called New Student Experience, which taught me how to access everything Valencia had to offer, from financial advising to study habits, how to use the college's best resources. It was fantastic. Rosen was great too, because not only did I have the countless professors who've either worked at theme parks or have been in the hospitality industry for years, but also my involvement in a club called the FTPLA, which is the Future Theme Park Leaders of America. And that completely opened my eyes to the financial and corporate levels of managing that I had no idea about. Oh, that is a lot of information to handle. Now, we're running out of time. Do you have any last thoughts to inspire others? Yes, leisure is just as important to somebody as it is any other aspect of your life. This industry is booming, and it's incredible to see how much it's changed since my interview with Kevin Carr back in 2019. Not just financially, but we are reaching people across the world, giving them a chance to have a day, a week, a once-in-a-lifetime amount of fun. And what I would say to you guys, keep going at it. And most importantly, if you want this as your career, keep on your school pathway. I can't stress that enough. Well, I do have to say thank you so much, Bailey, for opening up about how this all came about. No, thank you, Poppy. I love sharing encouragement to those out there. After this quick commercial break, we will be talking with Bailey about her successful marriage to Tom Hiddleston and how she balances life between Florida, Los Angeles, and the UK. Please stick around.